I'm not so perfect, baby, yeah, you are. Come right.
So since I've started playing this game, Bison's always been a really difficult matchup for me. It just feels like he's playing a single player game, right? He's always plus, and he can pretty much do whatever he wants unless you try and stop him, and you have to know how to stop him, right? Because he is always plus, so it's always going to be his turn for the most part. However, if you have the right knowledge and you know the frame data, you can sort of take your turn back when it's available. But what a lot of Bisons really prey on is the fact that lower level players don't know when to interrupt, they don't know what strings are fake, and they don't really know the frame data as well as some higher players do. So let's start out with looking at some of his moves that are negative. I'm going to go ahead and open up the frame assist tool, and we're just going to go through them one by one. There's not very many of them, so let's start. This is stand heavy punch. This one's -6. Stand light kick's -2. Stand medium kick is also -2. This button is a great poke too that a lot of Bisons don't really use, I think, that I haven't played against except for Juices, who actually helped me learn this matchup. You've probably seen him in a few other videos. I played his Cammy. He's a Grandmaster player and he helps me out a lot. But yeah, he showed me the power of this button, right? This is a really good poke that I don't really get hit with very much online. Next button is going to be Crouch Heavy Punch. This is an anti-air, but it's also -11 on block, so super punishable. Crouch Medium Kick, -2. Let's see. Sorry, let me set the dummy to block. Oh, it is. Crouch Heavy Kick. That's his slide, so that's basically his sweep. It just happens to take him across the screen. And this is really frustrating because even if you block this and he has activation, he'll just slide into activate. He'll full screen slide into activate. It's so... I hate that about this character. He'll be over here, slide into activate. There I whiffed it, but you got the idea, right? If you know the range, you can slide from very far away into activation. Let's see. Medium punch and down forward heavy. This is a target combo that ends in a -8. So this is -8 right here. We're going to get into down forward heavy punch in a second. That's a very important move in this matchup. Free reversal is -2. Light punch blast is -2. I think medium punch is -1. Heavy and EX are +2 and -6 respectively. And these are the scissors. Okay, so this is probably one of the other biggest things besides this button, or this button that we're going to get to in a second. But light scissors. So this is one of his punishable specials. Let's see, -4 for light, -3 for medium, and heavy is -2. And you can tell which one it is based on how long it takes him to start up, right? Sorry, not a savant at the charge characters. So that's heavy. Medium. That really fast one is light. That one's -4. So they're all negative except for heavy and EX. Sorry, heavy is -2. EX is +1. I read the chart wrong. So you can always stick out a button and try and get your turn back. You can't let him continuously pressure you, which we'll get into this corner situation that you sort of get stuck in. I don't know his block strings, but you know the block strings that you always get stuck in the corner with. I'm going to show you how to get out of those. Next one's going to be Light Punch Inferno, which is this one. This one's -12, medium's -11, heavy's -10. These are your big punishes. If he, messes these up and you block it, this is where you get the full combo. EX is only -1, however, so be careful about that. This one that hits on both sides is EX. And then super is -40. So, of course, you get a huge punish off his super. Now, those are all of his negative moves on paper, and now we're going to talk about how you can sort of get around this game plan that he uses to try and get you into the corner and keep you there. So, first of all, the range that you really want to play is outside of this. Outside of this down forward heavy. This one where he swings with his right hand. If you play outside of this range, you can whiff punish this very easily. Like that. Because it is super active. If he whiffs that, you can hit the purple stuff. Like this, purple stuff, you'll hit it, and you can get a full combo off of it. So you definitely want to stay outside of this range, and you need to learn this range, right? And learn how to whiff punish it in the lab. And I know I see on some of my videos that I say things like whip punish and all that, and some lower level players will say, oh, well, people don't do that at my level, so I don't need to do that, right? I see people say that on Reddit and in Twitch chats too, especially. They say, well, people at my level aren't doing that, so I don't need to do that. You definitely do, right? Because that'll give you the edge to get out of that rank. You need to learn these things to apply them to your game. Even if the people you're playing aren't, if you do it, you will rank up because you'll be better than them, right? And that should go without saying, but some people I think need to hear that. So yeah, learn how to whiff punish this button. Just go into training mode, set Bison to do down forward heavy like this. Just down forward and heavy. It's a command normal, and just whiff punish it with whatever character you play. For Karen, on Karen for example, I think stand medium punch is usually pretty decent. And then next thing is you can actually interrupt this. So if you see him starting this up and you stick out you know, stand medium kick on Karen or something like that, so he's maybe sticking it out like this, you can interrupt it on startup if you see him start swinging his arm back. Because the startup on this is pretty long, because it is a heavy attack. And then we already talked about this. I have a few notes here I'm reading off to make sure I get all the information out. Stand medium kick, watch out for this. This is a good poke. If you're a Bison player watching this, definitely implement this into your game. I think this is a great button. It's not as good as Karen's stand medium kick, but it's a pretty good poke tool. Next thing is be aware if he's down charging for head stomp or scissors, right? So out of down charge he can get like this, into like he can also do the non-EX version, where he gets like that ambiguous sort of cross up thing where he's like floats around in the air because he can change his direction in the air when he does that. Let me see if I can do it again. See how after he stomps you, he can sort of do that ambiguous like moving around, sort of like Fault can, and then he'll like punch you like this. He'll like do the punch but lower. So just be aware if he's charging down, it's gonna be scissors or head stomp. Again, not a charge savant here. But yeah, just be aware of what he's charging and when he has charge, because you know, remember if a charge character walks forward, they've lost charge, right? So right now I'm charged, and then I walk forward, I'm done, right? I don't have charge anymore. You can also whiff punish scissors, and you know, just punish in general on block too, right? Light scissors, medium scissors, remember is -3, and then heavy I think was -2, right? Yeah, -2, and EX is +1. So don't press on EX. Don't press on that one. Okay, this is the next important thing. If you see if you're stuck in the corner like Karen is here, it's gonna be very hard to just get out, right? He'll start stringing you up in the corner. He'll start using a bunch of safe specials, but you can get out by doing guaranteed knockdown V reversals. Now here are the things that you can V reversal that will give you a guaranteed knockdown. Scissors, down forward heavy, Psycho Blast, and the Psycho Crusher, which I think is right there, right? You'll get a guaranteed V reversal and it'll knock him down and it'll push him away. It'll push him far enough out of the corner where you can get a dash and you'll dash out of the corner. Next note here is to take advantage of his limited cross-up option. And so basically his anti-airs are kind of lacking when it comes to cross-up. He can do jump back jab. I think he has a jump back target combo too. It might be like medium heavy or something. But in general, he has a hard time dealing with cross-ups, so you can cross him up, you know, a decent amount. Don't do it, you know, over and over and over again, because eventually he will jump back and do the target combo. But implement it into your game plan, and I think you'll see a lot of success at crossing him up, because he doesn't have very many options against it. Another thing is when Bison is in the corner, go ahead and put me in the corner. He doesn't have many escapes, and most of the time he's going to try and head stomp out, right? He's going to try and do this to get out, because he can jump over you with that like ambiguous sort of cross-up thing that I showed you earlier. He can head stomp and then go to the other side. This is his best option usually, and you can actually hit him when he's in the air, even in EX. So once you see him head stomp, when he's in the air like that, just jump up and hit him, right? Air to air him. You know, non-EX too, obviously. But yeah, just jump up and hit him. It'll usually work. If you react in time, which you have a decent amount of time to react, just jump up, especially if you're looking for it too, right? Because I'm telling you now, you're going to be looking for him sitting down like this, he's going to be having down charge, and he's probably not going to scissor kick. He's probably going to head stomp, and you're going to be looking for it. And Karen, for example, can jump up, do medium heavy target combo, anti-air, air to air. Next thing is that Bison has the longest throw range in the game, right? The reason he has this is because he has the slowest, not the slowest, but he has a very slow walk speed. I think Nash also has a really far throw range because he's really slow. So just another thing to look out for, right? Is throw mix-ups on Bison because it reaches super far. And the last thing I want to talk about is his V skill 2, which is the warp, right? Where he'll warp behind you. Take a look at it. This one here. And you'll see it's +1, right? So if you block it, you have to respect whatever comes afterwards. But you have a few options if you see him start warping, right? So you can neutral jump. Get a full punish there if you don't drop the combo like me. You can also DP it if you see it coming. It's a little easier on Karen because you don't have to do like a cross cut or anything. You can just do like a quarter circle back DP. You can also, interrupt it. So if you see the purple side before his knee comes out, you can hit it like that. And you could probably honestly super. But I think supering might be the hardest one, to be honest. The hardest one to time, at least. And it's a big commitment, right? It's a big commitment that you might not have to make. So, that's as far as my Bison knowledge has come. Like I said, I'm a super plat player. This channel is really just following my journey, ranking up in the system, and sort of tackling the problems that I find as I reach them. And I think saying them out loud in a video format really helps me retain it. So this really helps me as much as it helps you. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you learned something today. Please consider subscribing, and I'll see you next time.